Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel. It is February 19th in real time, and I'm down here in the Bridger National Forest as usual, skiing some amazing snow. And today I'm skiing my Voile Hypervectors with the Alfa free boots. Got a great little slope down here, so come along with me. Let's do it. And with these Hypervectors, I should be able to stay on top. It's not going to be fast, that's for sure. Okay, this is a little steeper here, so let's do it here. See if we can find a little place through the trees here. There we go. We got some really nice light now. And we're back to the ski trail. Here's my uphill track. Maybe we'll climb this hill one more time. And while I climb back up this hill, I'd like to take a moment to thank everyone who's tuned into my channel this year. I guess I need to take a look at my camera lens. Sometimes when I hit a tree, it'll get covered with snow. And that's what's happened. So let's clear this lens off. And while I'm at it, I think I'll reposition this so it's pointing more backwards instead of right over the top. Well, now that I have the camera repositioned, we'll continue back on this climb back up the hill. Maybe I'd talk a little bit about some of the questions that I've had recently. And one of the questions that comes up periodically is, why do I continue to ski as a freeheeler when everybody else is skiing AT? I guess that's a legitimate question. I've known a lot of people that have switched between telemark and AT, and it's hey, the AT gear is really great. I just am a freeheeler at heart, and it's what makes me happy. I have no intention of changing at this stage in my life. Oftentimes the people that ask me that question is why should they pick, if they're new to backcountry skiing, why should they pick telemark or freeheel skiing over AT gear? That's a hard question to answer, because I don't know if there is any really good reason, but I think you need to ski the kind of skiing that'll make you happy and comfortable and safe. For a lot of people, my advice is that, if your entire ski background is coming from resorts, if you've been a alpine skier your whole life, obviously the natural transition would be to alpine touring. You'll have a similar experience. It'll be a great experience. You won't have to learn the telemark skills. But if you're coming from a cross-country background, maybe you've done a little dabbling of off-trail skiing, and you already know what it's like to ski without having your heels locked down. You might try off-trail freeheel skiing, and if you can get the hang of it, master the control of your skis with cross-country skis on moderate terrain, and then maybe you'll want to try telemark skiing as opposed to AT skiing. It's pretty easy to start thinking about a us and them type of camp, and I don't know, I really don't think of skiing that way. Anybody who gets out and earns their turns and enjoys the backcountry, whether that be a person skiing on Forest Service roads with a set of cross-country skis, or somebody who's on alpine touring skis and taking on a super steep and difficult challenge. If you're having fun and you're being safe, then it's all good in my books. That's for sure. Freeheel skiing is a natural fit for me. It has to do more with my time and place in the previous century, because when I learned to ski, there just wasn't any good alpine backcountry skiing options. A few people did it, but not many. And the interesting thing is, I'd never really heard of the term freeheel skiing until many years after I started skiing. Truth be told, when I went into the backcountry and skied many of the same kind of conditions and terrain that I'm skiing today, we skied on wide cross-country skis, and we had cable bindings, and for the first part of my life, those cable bindings, we skied with mountaineering boots. We also used to get old leather downhill boots. They were really cheap back when the plastic downhill boots first hit the scene, and you could pick up a pair and you could ski those in the backcountry with cable bindings. And that's what most people did if they were going to do any type of downhill skiing. Interestingly enough, with those cable bindings, I skied what was called a Silvretta binding on a pair of Fischer Europa skis for many, many years. And those were a very popular backcountry option. It allowed you to free pivot on the approach, and you could lock those heels down on the downhill. So, from that perspective, I guess you could say I've had some experience skiing in that fashion. But somewhere it was about 1975, I went on a backcountry trip into the Wind River Mountains with a guy I knew it's from school. His nickname was Dirty Dingus, and he was skiing strictly 3-pins with no cable, and I was very impressed with his skill set at the time, and he wasn't obnoxious about it, but he told me, he said, you know, Tom, you don't need to have your heel locked down to ski. He said, give it a try. And so I mounted up my Europa skis with a 3-pin binding. I got a good sturdy welted leather boot, and that pretty much started my journey, and I've never looked back since. I don't have contact with Dirty Dingus anymore. I have no idea whatever happened to him, but he was definitely an amazing outdoorsman, and to this day, I thank him for gently nudging me along this path back in 1975. I have a little shout out here to Go Telly. If you haven't checked out his channel, be sure to do that. He is doing his best to keep the free hill spirit alive, and I really appreciate the younger generations taking this sport up. There is so much pressure to go a different direction. Anyway, we'll make one last run down this hill, and in regards to Go Telly, last time he was in this area, we skied this little run together, but it was literally a whiteout scenario. Couldn't see a thing. So let's do it. Here. Here we are back down to the cross-country trail. Well, that was fun. Well, I'll go ahead and ski, take Julie's tracks back out. I think I'll close this video up for now. So, until next time, be safe, be kind, and be sure to have fun.